Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cascade Hypnosis Center. I'm just trying to see everybody. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. All right, let's get started. So we're here today to talk about how to become a professional hypnotist and how to make money as a professional hypnotist. We get asked a lot of questions about becoming a professional hypnotist, and really the two questions that we get all the time is, can I do it? And how am I going to make money, right? How am I going to make money as a professional? So whether you guys are at work, enjoying the weekend, whatever you are doing, thank you. Thank you for taking a little bit of time to spend with me and Tim here today. So Tim Freeman from Cascade Hypnosis Center, he is in Hawaii and he is our director of admissions. If you guys have any questions about training with us, anything at all, as a matter of fact, if you want a copy of this book, Can You Be a Hypnotist? Go ahead and put a chat and Tim will make sure to get you a copy of it. All right. Feel free to ask us questions as we go along. Tim is going to try and answer most of them in chat, but if not, I'll answer them directly if it makes sense to do that. So this is designed to be fun. This is designed to be enjoyable for you so that you can feel safe and ask me anything that you want. Anything at all that you want about hypnosis. I've been doing this for a long time and it's a real honor, but there's also a lot of heart and there's a lot of questions that people have. So I really just kind of like to slow down and really be here for you guys to join and feel good about this opportunity. Okay. All right, let's get going. I'm going to switch to the presentation. All right. How to make money as a professional hypnotist. I didn't always want to teach this class because from my perspective, I really wanted heart-centered hypnotists, people who were really focused on wanting to do work for the greater good. And that's very important, okay? Because this is not a get rich quick scene, okay? It's not like that at all. But the truth is you do need to know how to make money and you do need to understand what people are willing to pay for. And in my experience, our incoming students and grads, they want to know what it's going to be like. What is their day-to-day going to be like? And what are they actually going to be doing in order to earn money? All right, so that's kind of what we're going over here today. As a matter of fact, I can see Canada. I can see Vancouver from my deck. I can't see Seattle, but I can see Vancouver. So it's a beautiful place to live. Please let us know where you are from. I'd love to know. So where is everybody from? Please put it in chat. Maybe you guys already did and I didn't notice. Rachel, welcome everybody. If you want to tell us where you're from, I'd love to know. Linwood, awesome. Awesome. All right, Redmond, Washington, Denver. All right, Denver, thank you. Sean, I created Cascade Hypnosis Center in 2013 after a period of very deep suffering. I didn't talk about it for a while, but it did help me become a hypnotist. I found myself in the emergency room after drinking too much, basically out of just real unhappiness with life, a disconnection from source and spirit, and not really knowing what I was doing. Now, on the surface, I had everything that anybody might want, or the American dream in quotes, if you want to call it that. I had the house, the job, the spouse, the dogs and cats, and happiness, and all of that stuff was supposed to follow. But I found myself really, really unhappy. Now, there was a moment when I was in the emergency room. I realized that if I didn't stop drinking, I was going to die. And I leapt off of that gurney. And I was wearing one of those dumb, stupid gowns, right? Not big enough to cover your body. So it was just a really, really rough day. But in that moment that I stopped and realized and decided, right? Decide means to cut off is the root word. I cut off all my other options. I decided I had to have a new way to live. In that moment, and about, I don't know, a couple of weeks later is when I found hypnosis. Hypnosis gave me a new way of living. And I transformed from what I had been doing into a full-time hypnotist in less than a year. So what I did was a transition. I transitioned from one job to another. And that's what a lot of our students and grads like to do. They retain their current job and they do hypnosis evenings and weekends, usually for about 6 months. And then they go full-time into hypnosis. So we help a lot of our grads do exactly that. I'm a board certified hypnotist. I'm an Order of the Braid. I've won many awards from the National Guild of Hypnotists and the Five Path organization. And that's just to show you that this is a profession, right? There's always ways here to kind of improve and excel. So it's a really great organization, the Five Path organization and the National Guild of Hypnotists organization. I'm an author of 4 books. My first book was Reprogram Your Weight, and the others, Lighter is about weight loss, and then Can You Be a Hypnotist, and Academy of Eternity. So this is a great way to grow your practice and bring in new clientele. We have a lot of our grads who have done the same thing. My goal is to change 1 million lives with the power of hypnosis. And how we're going to get there is every hypnotist is going to work with at least 1,000 people. And so we're going to train 1,000 hypnotists, and 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000. So that's my goal. And we are over 500 now. So we're over half of our goal. Today, we're going to talk about the modern and professional hypnotherapeutic techniques that we use in our office. Okay, we only teach you the things that we're actually doing with our clients day in and day out. This is not theoretical. This is not, it would be nice to. This is what we're doing with our clients in session. It's systematic and repeatable, and that's going to save you a lot of time and effort. If it's not systematic or repeatable, people get overwhelmed. Okay. And because of that, students have success in class and build confidence right away. There is no prior experience or education required. So a lot of people will ask, do I need a degree? Do I need to be a counselor? Do I need? And the answer is no. We want you to have life experience. Okay. Your life experience will go a long way. The answers are within our clients. Our job as professional hypnotists is to create an environment so that we can depotentiate the left hemisphere and allow the information from subconscious and unconscious, the body's consciousness, to come forth. It's very empowering because our clients have the answers within them. And part of our job is to make sure that our clients are getting the answers for themselves so they're not dependent upon us. Okay. Now, today, we're going to look through the lens of how to make money as a professional hypnotist. When you guys are making money, it is amazing because you're making money, you're able to reinvest into your business, and then you're able to help more people. I do not want you struggling. I don't want it to be a challenge for you. So in general, we're going to charge a premium for the clients that we work with. Let me show you how it works in a little bit. You may have had an experience with hypnosis, right? You might have had hypnosis yourself or had a cool experience, or you might know someone in your life. You very likely know the power of the subconscious mind, but you do want the skills to be a professional hypnotist. And that's really what our training is designed for. It's not for evenings and weekends. It's not for fun. It's not for things like that. It is for you to become a professional hypnotist, whether you want to do it full-time or part-time, normally in an office or virtually, but one-on-one hypnosis with people to help them with the hardest things in their life. This training is for people with a servant's heart. What do I mean by that? Someone who does something for the greater good. You want to do this because you want to help. You're not here because of the money, although the money will come. You're here because it's fulfilling, and it is fulfilling. My day yesterday was like a home run, and I love my home run days. There's a lot of them, but I mean, this client was just so, it's like I saw her. I've told this story many times. I saw my client for the first time. Because if you can imagine, they come in a little bit stressed and they're resisting and they're not sure. Well, after a couple of sessions of hypnosis, that kind of starts to melt. And now there's a sparkle in her eyes and she's telling me a story of something that she would never do before. And I get to see it and it's just, oh, it's so amazing because then she's telling me how it impacted her daughter and they had a good weekend. So like the ripple effect, right? And we get to be a part of that. It just feels so amazing. Your clients are going to want to give you credit. They're going to say, thank you, Erica, or thank you, Sean. Thank you, Jeremy. You changed my life. But you get to say, no, you did that. You did that. Right. And we get to help create really profound experiences for our clients that can really launch them into a new way of being. Okay. It tends to be compassionate humans, healers, nurses, educators, massage therapists, retirees, coaches, therapists. I came from IT. Do you feel like you are meant to help others in lasting and meaningful ways? You probably have people come up to you and share with you without you even asking. You might already have that where, and this is very common, where you're a safe person. So people kind of just come up to you and start sharing naturally. That's an indicator often that you would be really, really good at this. Now, are you intrigued by how the mind works and believe we are inherently more powerful than we realize? This is really awesome, right? Because then when your client comes in, I want you to see their results in your mind's eye. We want to be able to see, like our client, they come in and they're not feeling very good, but we can believe in our clients before they believe in themselves. Right. And so our faith in them can really help them make some of the changes at the very beginning because we can see it every single day. We can see people do hard things with the power of hypnosis every single day. Okay. So some of the questions we'll cover: why become a hypnotist? What is it like? Does it really work? Can you personally really do it? And how does our training in particular work? What does our training include? What happens after class is over? What is the price? And what is it? One of the reasons to become a hypnotist is to help people, right? Help people in really meaningful ways, contribute in a meaningful way. So this is one of the number one reasons why people want to train with us. They see issue in the world. They want to be more effective. Massage therapists, very common for them to be working with clients and their clients are on the table and they know that there's more they can do and they want the training to be able to do it. You can earn a great income part or full time. The one thing that I really like about hypnosis also is how easy it is to get started. So my first office was 125 square feet. It was tiny and it was only $250 a month. You do not need a lot of space. And for that reason, you can sublease or you can get your own space with minimal cost. And that usually is a great way to launch your practice. There is no prerequisites. It's easy to learn when you're willing to apply the techniques to yourself, right? That's what we want you to do. Have a personal experience with hypnosis first. That is going to make you a true believer in the power of hypnosis, and all of the rest of it becomes a lot easier. Okay. And as I said before, the answers are within our clients. It's very affordable to get started, and there isn't a lot of overhead per each client. Like per client is probably cost me $10 in material. Okay. So it's not very expensive. And the only thing they had to buy for my office basically was a chair. Okay. So it isn't very expensive to get started, and you can work from anywhere. Okay. Our clients, so pre-COVID, you would have had a harder time getting people to do hypnosis with you online because my book was published in 2016 and we've been working online ever since then. So there's plenty of people open to it, but since COVID, more people are open to it and it's kind of a standard. Okay. So yes, you can work from anywhere. We have hypnotists who work in an office part year and then they go someplace warm. Like there's one who lives in Florida half the year and works out of her RV. She works in that part-time and she sees people remotely. So she sees them in the winter in her home. And then in the summer, she sees them out of her RV remotely. Okay. You can work as much or as little as you'd like. Okay. And a lot of people like this. They only want to work 3 days a week and that's perfect. Okay. But you also have the freedom to run your own practice. So being an entrepreneur is really, really attractive to some people so that they can set their own hours and that type of thing. Okay. People also want to be hypnotists because for personal reasons, to heal themselves. We have a lot of our students who come in because there's a very particular situation in their life. Mom is sick, has happened a couple times. Mom is in chronic pain. Somebody's in chronic pain in their family. They want to take the training to personally go help somebody. Isn't that beautiful? But a lot of our folks, they want to get hypnosis for themselves, but that's not enough. No, they don't just want hypnosis for themselves. They want to go actually get fully trained. So some people will look into hypnosis for themselves and then they'll be like, well, screw that. I'm going to go get trained instead, right? They go for the full meal deal right from the get-go. And if that's you, awesome, right? Some people just want to get the deeper training instead of the help. And spiritual growth. This is fun and meaningful. I don't really call it work, okay? Let me just tell you a quick story, then we're going to dive into the content for today. This is one of my favorite stories about my client. So Linda had nightmares. And they were so bad that she came to see me because she was pregnant and she was worried that she was going to pass on her fear based on what was coming up in the nightmares to her kids. Okay. So there's a lot of abuse in her past. She actually fled her home country to get away from it. But the trauma was significant. It was waking her up. And, in the end, she realized that her brain was trying to get her to resolve this issue so that it would be clear before her kids were born. Okay. She had tried everything to get rid of these nightmares, but it was starting to wreak havoc in her life. So after the second session of hypnosis, which is normally when we do some of the deeper work, her nightmares were gone. The overwhelming fear was gone. She was almost a brand new person. She went on to have a happy baby, another happy baby, and everything changed since then. She did so much significant work. It really changed her life around. And it's one of my favorite stories because she was really, really scared that she was gonna create anxiety in her kids. And so she did something about it. I'm just really proud of her. Right. 3 proven ways to make money as a professional hypnotist. A practical path to income, impact, and sustainable success. All right, so number 1, work with private clients. Okay. This is vital. I know that there are some people who want to go directly into group, and you just really need to have enough expertise to do that because there's going to be custom things that you want to do for your clients. So the very first thing that we're going to do is work with private clients. Okay, so you're going to offer a structured front end package with clear pricing, but you're not going to share the pricing online usually because we don't know for sure. But you're never going to sell single sessions. Okay, don't help our clients. You might have seen some of the previous style single session offers that are like, stop smoking in 1 session, or you can come back for another session. So it's not a money back guarantee. It is a guarantee to keep coming back for more sessions. And the truth is, sometimes those work for people when they're actually like really ready to stop smoking. But we here in Bellingham, there was somebody here in town who used to do that. We would get a lot of smokers that would come from that program. They would get interested in that, but it wouldn't really work because it's not, you guys, if we could just help people with the hardest thing in their life with a single session, line them up. We can just fix stuff, right? It's just not that easy. And we don't want to give people the impression that, wow, this thing that has been, driving you crazy your whole life, 1 single session, come in and all your dreams will become true, right? It's just not likely. What's more likely is that our clients are going to come in for 5 or 6 sessions. Okay. And through the period of 5 or 6 sessions, you're going to get to root cause or root causes. There's not just one. Okay. That's kind of a misnomer. But we get to what is driving the problem. Okay. What is driving the problem? We get rid of limiting beliefs. We get rid of emotional baggage. And then the client goes out and lives their life. Okay. We need to see progress there. So then they come back, we make adjustments. And this is where you start to see, when I tell you I saw my client for the first time, it's usually because the 3rd or 4th session, they have finally put everything into play. They've been doing their hypnosis, sleeping well, not eating, losing weight, and whew, they feel great. Okay. So we're not just going to do single sessions. You're going to focus very likely on the common issues: stress, sleep, habits, confidence. You don't need to niche down from the get-go. You can if you want to, but I kind of liken this to, when we go to college, some students knew what they wanted to be, but not everybody knew what they wanted to major in when they got to college. Okay. The value of the work that we do in this type of training is you're going to be excellent at emotional issues. You're going to be excellent at the things that people say are the hardest things in their life to solve. And why is that? Because there's fear. Okay. There's fear and there's resistance holding all of that in place. And we are so good at helping with that. So you don't need to niche down right away. It's just easier often to, at first, focus on stress, anxiety, and sleep. Stress, anxiety, and sleep is a really, really good one. And then work with clients. And then you're going to kind of grow with how you're helping people and what's coming into your office. Okay. So real success starting by helping real people right where you are. Help people. Help people. That's all you need to think about. Help people. Okay. 2025. What are clients seeking support for? Weight loss is always up there, because we're so connected to our body. And if we keep eating, it doesn't feel good. So I still have a lot of clients who are coming in for weight loss, stopping drinking, stopping smoking. But the other big ones here at Cascade Hypnosis Center are anxiety and sleep. Anxiety, sleep, stress, and weight loss. But clients will come in for other issues as well. People ask me about ADHD and their ADHD brain all the time, right? Now, I haven't put a lot of things together for that yet, but a lot of people are talking about neurodivergent and how we can help folks who kind of present with that style. Boundaries in relationships, right? There's a lot of trauma in our relationships, okay? And then business growth and self-actualization. So I personally work with a lot of grads and help them with their business growth and kind of becoming all they want to be. And we have a new program called Amplify that is kind of in line with this. Does anybody here want to work with kids? Because we need a lot of hypnotists who want to work with kids. And there's some really good ways to help young people too. And our young people are really stressed about things right now, as we all are. But all right, pain, chronic pain. Chronic pain is a big issue. And it can be debilitating for people in so many ways, including a loss of dignity. And so it can be a source of suffering for an individual and a family. And in hypnosis, we aren't going to promise removing the pain. We can't promise removing the pain, but we can limit the amount of suffering, and we can increase this person's livelihood and ability to enjoy their life significantly, completely before and after. Before hypnosis, I was this way, and after I started living my life again. Okay. All right, so let's just talk about numbers real quick. I don't want anybody's eyes to glaze over, so we'll move on this one a little fast. But I wanted to give you guys some good news here. Our new grads are starting between $800 and $1,600 for a 5-session package. Now, why the difference? Well, it's their confidence, okay? It's where they live. $800 for a 5-session package is easy to do anywhere. If you did that for your first 3 or 4 sessions, you would have excellent results with your clients. But then after about 3 months, we want you to move into a little bit of a higher range, okay? Between $1,800 and $3,500 per package. Okay, so what that means, bottom line, if you want to hit 10K and 10K a month, which a lot of people do, which is great for our finances and everything. This is a very simple formula for doing that. Let's say you have a $2,000 package for 5 sessions. Okay, that's $400 a session. And people with big problems and hard things to do will easily pay that. That's 10 clients, or I'm sorry, 5 clients a month to hit your 10K mark. And so what that looks like, how do you get 5 clients a month? You're going to talk to approximately 3 people a week. Okay, 3 people a week. So 3 sales conversations, 3 consultations. You might call them a strategy call. We call them a consultation. I charge for my consultations now. We don't do free consults anymore. But for your business, it might be the right thing to do at first. Okay, but this is the formula. All you have to do is talk with 3 people a week. And so we want to make it really easy for you to talk about hypnosis and talk about what you do in an easy way. So those 3 things, the things that you're doing every week, there's 3 people landing on your calendar. Okay, so this is part of what makes it systematic. All right, how do we do that? Well, one is social proof and the other is live events. And this is part of what we do in our back-end mastermind or the accelerator that we'll talk about in a little bit. All right, so what are the actual underlying root causes? Like, as far as like, is it about the food? Is it about the cigarettes? No, of course not. You already knew that though, right? It's about the trauma. It's about the abandonment and the shame. It's about feeling unworthy, unloved. It's all of our core issues. And this is why it's so fulfilling, because the conscious mind doesn't really allow us to go there without getting into a nervous state. So then we're no good. Hypnosis bypasses that and allows our clients to experience and move through these challenging experiences and transform right there in session with you. So they come in feeling one thing. And this is such a common response. Oh, Erica, I feel lighter. I feel lighter. They do get rid of emotional baggage in session. We're going to use hypnosis to empower that. And then they're going to leave and have a fantastic week. Okay. All right. Number two. So see a lot of private clients. Now, the truth is not everybody wants to see a lot of private clients because it can be overwhelming. As a matter of fact, this is part of the reason why I wrote my first book, because I was seeing 20 clients a week. And it was just too much. I mean, it was great. There was a 3-month wait list. I had a 3-month wait list to work with me. That's how good the hypnosis for weight loss works for people. People were willing to wait that long. Okay. But then I realized that I needed to write a book because I was repeating myself too much. And there was a lot of things that clients needed. So I started teaching, and I also realized I needed help. So I became a professional trainer, and then I hired my first grad. So I taught my first class, professional hypnosis training. So I've been a trainer since 2014. And the very first class, I hired one of our grads, and then she started working with me. So if you have an idea like you want to open a center where you're the main hypnotist and then you have other hypnotists, that's also a great idea because we all want to work together to some degree. And once you do niche down, I realized, for example, I loved helping people with weight loss and stopping drinking. I was really good at those two things because I had done them myself. Shannon was really good at stopping smoking and working with kids because she had done those two things herself. So we had such a perfect split of duties, right? So it was awesome to start teaching hypnosis training, bring in grads. But from the get-go, I was teaching community. And this is what our grads do too, because the public does not have the right idea about hypnosis. Okay. They're accustomed to stage hypnosis shows. And so we want to go out into the community and show people that you can use hypnosis to sleep better. You can use hypnosis to get rid of cravings. You could use hypnosis to get rid of TMJ. You could use hypnosis to run your best marathon in your life. Okay, so we want you out there teaching community-based courses. You can do it free. You can do it for a fee. Okay, there's pros and cons of both. But we want you to teach on topics that matter to you and your clients. This is how you come alive, right? You start teaching on things that are super important to you. Okay, so you will use these classes to attract new private clients. You can also teach to businesses. Okay, and this is a great way to go. We have a course called the Stress Buster Workshop, and our grads have been teaching this course forever, since 2014, because it's kind of a crossover, right? This course doesn't talk about hypnosis. It talks about a stress buster workshop. And so we're able to go into businesses and kind of teach really good stress busting mechanics and other topics like that. We sneak in a little bit of hypnosis, a little bit of breathing, and we usually get clients from it. Okay, so classes, it can be community classes. So you can go to a co-op, you can go to the library. Excuse me, a second. You can also do it online, like we're doing right now. Okay. But this will increase your authority. It'll give you all sorts of ways to talk about what you do. And it's really loving. It is very loving to your community. You guys, people don't know really what hypnosis is. They see a lot of things online. They might have seen a show, but the saying goes, people aren't afraid of hypnosis. They're afraid of the hypnotist. So what does that mean? That means when they meet you, a real live hypnotist who seems like a normal, natural, fun-loving person, they're like, oh, well, I would do hypnosis with you, right? That's kind of what we want. So we want to create these environments where people are showing up to these live events. Maybe it's just a small, it's not too expensive, it's not too hard, and they have a mind-blowing experience. They have a before and after. All we need is one small transformation. All we need is to remind them of how powerful they really are. And you guys will get really, really good at that. And now they want to work with you. This is the type of work we get to do every day. We get to help people be their best selves. The classes can go, right? I mean, you can teach all sorts of classes, but it's very loving because we're going to bring this information to the people. Everybody needs to know anti-anxiety techniques, nervous system techniques. We need to understand emotions. We need to get rid of negative self-talk. So there's a lot of education that can be done in the populace that is going to help people feel better about the world and the anxiety and the suffering and the stress in the world, right? My client yesterday said, Erica, but what can I do? What can I do with what's happening in the world? And I said, what you can do is you, okay? Because when you are feeling connected and when you are doing your work and then something comes along and your granddaughter's having a hard time, you're not going to have a negative response. You're going to be able to help somebody else. So we want to empower our clients by giving them opportunities to be calm and peaceful in and of themselves, their own skills, if you will, at staying and remaining calm, processing emotion, and being able to set and follow through on goals. So you can offer these classes at businesses, local spaces, or online. We could go on and on about this, whether it should be free or not. But the truth is, if it's free, not as many people will show up. Okay, so this class right here, this is a community-based class. This is Reprogram Your Weight, as you could probably tell by the book sitting there. And we had, I think, 40 people that signed up for this class. Now, when I first taught this class, it was free. And we had even more people show up. But it was a little bit problematic. There was a heckler, let's put it that way. Didn't have anything else better to do in the evening. Okay. And so we charged $5. That kind of just got rid of that. Another thing that people do is charge for a class and then take the money and donate it to a cause or something like that. But in general, there are going to be things that you do to increase engagement so that your participants show up for the class. And this was at the Bellingham Co-op. Now, the Co-op has a 40,000 mailer, physical mailer, 40,000 addresses that they send this physical mailer to every year. So when my class was at the Co-op, it would be sent to 40,000 people in Bellingham, Washington. So whenever that happened, even if people weren't taking my class, even if they couldn't make the Tuesday night class at 6:30, they would be calling us because they saw that I am a hypnotist in the flyer, which that comes with built-in authority, right? They're like, well, if she's in the Co-op flyer teaching a class, she must know what she's doing. Okay. So teaching classes can go a long, long way. And as you can imagine, yes, you can do it online, but it's a great way to share hypnosis, to share techniques on sleeping better, losing weight, and really meet people where they're at. So we're really going to catch the pulse of what's really bothering people right now and teach a short class on that, offer some support, and then invite them to work with you. Okay. This one was a little more formal, if you can tell. This one is a little more cash. This is just like in a classroom, and this one we rented a hotel for this one, so it's a little nicer. But this is a great event. As a matter of fact, we still use video from this event. Okay. What separates hypnotists that struggle from the ones that make a difference? Okay, so I'm going to share with you a system of hypnosis because it can be overwhelming. If you haven't been an entrepreneur or if you haven't done business before, it can be overwhelming to start a new business. And even if you have started a new business before, there are some things that we want you to do with hypnosis that might be a little different. So number one, you need the right hypnosis training for what you want to do. This is professional hypnosis training. We anticipate that you're going to be sitting kind of in an office, whether it's virtual or in person, and working with somebody one-on-one and helping them with a big problem. You need hypnosis skills and techniques. You also need a strategy. I did previous hypnosis training before this at the local community college. It's not there anymore, but it was a great entry point. But when I graduated, I had no idea what to do with clients. All we had done was experience different techniques. So it was kind of like a buffet. So we're like, oh, let's try this week. And now you're going to learn this week. But I never gained any skill in that. And then once I graduated, I'm like, so what are you here for? Right? I had no idea that wasn't part of the training. And so you need to know the strategy for proper hypnosis sessions and client management. Okay. We need to know, what is their presenting issue? What are their goals? Is it clear what their goals are? What is indicative of that goal? And what is the next smallest step? And what does success look like? There's some things that we need to do in here so that it's more likely that our client will be successful. And some of that is hypnotic. Okay. So even if clients don't know when they come in what their goals are or what they want to do, hypnosis helps with that. Hypnosis is a revealing mechanism. Remember that. Hypnosis is a revealing mechanism. Okay. The client might say to me, Erica, what might we find out in subconscious? I'll be like, I don't know. Actually, it'll reveal it though. I mean, I could guess. I know a lot of the standard things that typically come up, but I really can't say what it's going to be. Okay. You need to have business building. If you don't know how to grow your business, it'll just be stressful. It'll just be stressful. Okay. And if you don't care, that's okay. That's okay. You just see clients as they come, and maybe it's just a hobby or something like that. But that's not really what this class is for. This class is for professionals who want to grow. Okay. You also need to know how to do self-care and internal state regulation. This is very important because your client is going to present with a lot of trauma drama, and they're going to emote in front of you. And if you're not prepared, your mirror neurons will hit on that, and then you'll go into sympathetic, and you don't want to do that. You want to be able to be calm and hold that kind of anchored, very calm space for your clients. And one thing that they'll say to you is that they always feel so safe around you, or the moment they walk in the door, they feel safe. Okay. And that's the environment that we want to create for them so that we can remain calm while our client is kind of doing their thing. Now, there's a lot of things that will come up in session that are going to be hard to deal with because there's a lot of terrible things that are happening in the world. But thank you for being willing to help people with really hard things. Okay. Because let me tell you, like when you were able to hold space for somebody to tell you the something that they have never told somebody in their entire life, even their spouse, because they were either too ashamed or too afraid, and they let it out in session. Not having a systematic approach will stop you from being successful. I see it time and time again. And all it really comes down to is the chaos of overwhelm. And so there might have been experiences in your life where you're just like, I wanted to, but then this happened and that happened, and then it's three weeks later, and I got off track, and so I didn't follow through. We want to help you with the chaos of overwhelm. We want to give you a systematic approach. Now, you're not going to go 100 miles an hour at the beginning. You're going to take it slow, but we know how to do that so that you can be successful immediately. Immediately. Okay. And then that confidence builds, right? So, a proven, powerful system of hypnosis, it's called 5-path, 5-phased, advanced, transformational hypnosis. Now, it's systematic, it's not cookie cutter. Think of like if you were going to build a house, you'd probably have a kitchen and a bathroom. You'd probably have a bedroom, right? But it might be all in your own way that you want to do it, right? So it's kind of like 5-path. 5-path is systematic, but it's not too regimented, and that's perfect. So it's stable, but it's super flexible. I still do 5-path with my clients even after 13, 12 years here. It's that powerful. Now I've added things to it, of course, but it's very, very good. Phase 1 is preparation, testing, and convincing. We are going to build up hope and prepare our client for transformation. It's hard to dive right in. Most of our clients are too anxious to do the heavy work in the very first session. So we're going to build up hope, help them feel safe and comfortable. And then in the second session, we're going to do the heavy lifting with age regression, the most powerful tool that we have as professional hypnotists. Our clients are doing age regressions all the time, and we call it PTSD. So a past experience is coming into their awareness right now, and the brain is behaving as if it's happening all over again. We want to use that ability of the brain and go back and put a new ending on this story, a new ending on this sentence, and we can resolve this in a single session, 2 sessions. It depends on really what's happening, but the brain is resilient here, and we get memory reconsolidation within 5 hours when we do it right. 5 hours, our client will get a new brain. This is highly effective, okay? And we spend a lot of time on it in class so that you get good at it. It's also a precursor if you want to do any work like past life regression. Because if you want to do past life regression, you want to be a really good age regressionist. You want to understand how that process works. Number 2, or phase 3, forgiveness of others. Once you've gotten rid of fear in age regression, there's always anger. Always, always anger. When we flip from fear, when we get rid of our fear, we're going to be angry. Okay, it's a very natural process. You're going to watch for it when you help clients. I know when my client goes from being fearful and not wanting to talk about it, and then we do work and now they're angry. That's a huge transformation. Okay, don't miss that. We want to catch that. We want to help our client know that that's happening, but then we're going to get rid of that anger, useless anger. Whatever's useless. Some anger is not useless. Some anger is right now, and there is something that you can do about it. But in general, we want to get rid of any useless anger. This is a sneaky one. Most of my clients are people pleasers. They will not associate with anger. They're not an angry person. They're nice. So the deep-seated anger in a lot of our clients, we have to help them notice that it's there. Okay, and help them feel okay with it. And there's some really cool things that we get to do here. All right. So almost all of my weight lossers are people pleasers. They're not angry. They don't want to be angry. They don't want to associate with anger. They're lovers. But if you don't get at that underlying anger that is there, they're not going to get full results. Okay. So we get to validate it, and we get to set that free. Okay. Now, after that, we're going to do forgiveness of self. Forgiveness of self is really where our clients come alive. This is really, in the end here, there's a lot of self-love that we want our clients to recognize and notice. We don't want to put it upon them. Love yourself more, right? It will happen naturally here. They will notice and recognize what is it that's really serving them. And then the brain gets an upgrade. Okay, so there's some really cool work that we get to do in forgiveness of self. Again, really deep work. We get rid of guilt. Okay, getting rid of guilt and shame. Okay. And then phase 5, parts mediation therapy. Not all of our clients need this type of support, but a lot of them do. And so we're going to address any secondary gain issues, and we can help our client feel like $1,000,000. Okay. So this is the 5-path system. All of our clients benefit from it because it's based on an emotional scale. Okay. The first thing we do is create hope. Then we get rid of fear, which is the root, which is the resistance, which is the unknown usually. Now, when we get rid of the fear, they're going to be angry about something, okay, in the situation now that they feel better about it. So we're going to give them insight on that too. And then we're going to get rid of any guilt. Oh, I should have done this sooner. I should have known better. And we get to get rid of that too. So our clients leave feeling like they've released the layers of protection that they put upon themselves in order to make it to this point in their life. And some of those layers of protection save their life. And we're going to honor that. Okay, because we never want our client to feel bad for drinking when it saved their life. A lot of people commit suicide because of their situations. Okay. And so a lot of our clients, we really want to help them understand that their coping strategy might have saved their life. And then we're going to empower them. Right? Then we're going to empower them. All right. So it's a proven system. There's no guessing. It's so nice. You guys are going to know exactly what to do. So there's kind of a critical path that you'll know to what questions to ask. And so when you're a new hypnotist, this is going to give you success right away. And everything is criteria based, which means you'll know exactly what to do. Depending on what your client says, you'll know what to do. Now, depth testing is built in. We want to make sure that our client is at the proper depth of hypnosis. It's built in. There's no extra testing or anything. We have a very good hypnotic induction that includes all of these aspects. So we want to make it really easy for you to be successful right away. But the truth is most 5-pathers just continue to do 5-path as what they do as the base and add things to it as they grow professionally. Okay. So what is the most important thing? Results. Our clients get results. That's going to grow your practice more than anything else. Okay. Now, we do have a secret ingredient, 7th path self-hypnosis, right? For most of our clients, we're going to teach them 7th path, which means that they are going to be doing self-hypnosis at home every single day. They're going to be growing skill. They're going to be gaining insight. And so this, by the time that we're done working with them for about 5 or 6 sessions, now they also have the skill of self-hypnosis. Okay. Now, some of these clients are going to want to keep working with us. Okay, but not all of them. Some of them will be good. Like half of them, they're like, thank you, Erica, and they go on their way. Some of them will keep working with us in a back-end program, or they'll keep working with us once a month, okay, for spiritual growth or continued weight loss, okay. Now, most issues in hypnosis, with your business, it comes down to one thing. So if you're having a problem in your business, check your own internal unresolved issues. We're going to do self-hypnosis as professional hypnotists every single day, and you can use 7th path for that to make sure that there's nothing getting in the way of your success as a professional hypnotist, okay? Now, can you be a hypnotist? This is one of the questions we get all the time. Yes, you can be a professional hypnotist, even if you have no experience with hypnosis, psychology, or owning your own business. That was my story. I didn't have experience in any of those things, but I did have a transformation, and I did have a servant's heart, and I was highly, highly encouraged to make a change in my life. And that might be you too, okay? So imagine how different your life would be if you knew you already had the skills of a successful hypnotist and could change people's lives with your work. By the time our students get into the training program, which is coming up here at the end of April, I swear every single time I'm like, you guys are already excellent hypnotists. You're already excellent hypnotists. And that's true. That's true. So it's very likely you're already an excellent hypnotist, but you want to come for formal training to get some of the skills so that you can make even rapid progress, okay, with yourself and your business. So we are looking for compassionate hypnotists to introduce a new era of hypnosis using modern and effective techniques. I'm just going to quickly go through some of our grads so that I make sure that we have time for everything. But this is Lisa Fenn. She was a life coach. Once she became a hypnotist, she was able to help a lot of people. She found like she wasn't able to differentiate herself as a life coach, but she started doing hypnosis and she's helped so many people now. She has programs on Instagram, and she helps a lot of people in Connecticut. All right, Kathy Hardy. She was a nurse for almost 30 years, and then she became a professional hypnotist and wrote 2 books. She's amazing. She's actually retired now. I'm so proud of her. So she has a group only hypnosis program that she is maintaining in her retirement. So good job, Kathy. Barry Small was a teacher. He's still a teacher, and he's here with Maggie, and he helps a lot of people with stress. He was also a professional water skier, and he works with engineers and students. So, really cool story. Samantha Shaw was a coach, so a personal trainer. She grew her business twice, basically, here in Seattle, and then her and her mom moved to Minnesota, and she did it again. And Samantha's doing great. She helps people lose weight. She helps them with mental stuff, anxiety, but she also helps them with their physical body. So she's kind of combined it. Okay. Anthony Gitch is in West Seattle, and he has started the Seattle Hypnosis Conference. I'm so proud of him. He's helped a lot of people with hypnosis, and he's really good at anger, and there's a lot of other things that he's just really proficient at. And then Christian Scoresmith, he is also in West Seattle. Christian is amazing. He's authored like 4 or 5 books now, and he's also at the NGH. So there's just a lot of opportunity for you guys to take this wherever you'd like to go. So what are the requirements? Anyone with a desire to help others at the deepest level. Okay, there's no training or education. The possibilities are endless with hypnosis, and the reason is because hypnosis helps everyday people with everyday problems. Now, that is the NGH's slogan, but I want you to recognize we're not sitting here saying hypnosis helps people with mental conditions and pain in their body. No. Hypnosis helps everyday people, your neighbors, your colleagues. It really does help everyday people with everyday problems. So when I tell people that I'm a hypnotist, our common reaction is, oh my gosh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? There's always, like every person you meet is a potential client because there's so much work for us to do here professionally to help people get up to speed with anti-anxiety, hypnosis, negative self-talk. So all you need to do at any networking meeting is stand up and say, I'm a professional hypnotist, and then stop talking. And there will be so many questions for you. Okay, so nearly everyone you meet can benefit from hypnosis. One of my favorite things to do is show up to Fred Meyer when I'm in a good mood because there's a lot of stress at that place. And I swear to you, there are people there that I run into who have lost their shopping cart and are in tears, who can't find something. And I've gotten clients from the grocery store just by being present, just by being of service, just by noticing what's happening in my environment when people are having a freak out at the grocery store. It happens. The world is getting more chaotic for most people right now. We can provide a safe place for people. We can create other things for them to feel safe to, which we're going to get to in just a second. All right, so can you actually hypnotize somebody? Absolutely. Hypnosis is a normal and natural state of mind. We go into hypnosis every time when we're falling asleep at night, the hypnagogic and the hypnopompic states. It's a normal state of mind. It's a natural state of mind. We're just going to do it intentionally for a specific period of time. We're not just going to pass through it as we fall asleep. Okay, so we're going to do it intentionally. And can you actually hypnotize somebody? Yes, you can. The best way to hypnotize somebody is you're going to go into hypnosis first yourself. When you're in hypnosis, then everything else that you do, it's easy for your client to follow along because you're already in state. Okay? So the class is taught hypnotically. So we have a lot of fun in class and experiences, and students have personal insight, personal growth, and personal experiences with hypnosis during class. Our classes are taught both in person and remote. which means you will have experience teaching somebody remotely and in person if you're here. So you'll have experience with both, which is excellent, which is what most of our grads want. They want the experience of in person. They want to know how to do it remotely. They want to have skill with both. Our hypnosis 5-path is insight-based. We go after emotion. Okay. And from there, then that is where the mind blows happen. That's when the hearts expand. And then we get to do some other cool things hypnotically with direct suggestion. Okay? Nothing I've shared here with you is theory. As a matter of fact, I'm really careful. I really only want to include in class the things that I actually use. Like if we don't use it anymore, and we're updating 5-path all the time for this reason, if it's just not in favor anymore, we don't talk about it. We only want to share with you guys the things that are actually working because we want you to be successful immediately. We want you to go from classroom to client, okay? So is now the right time for you? Why are you here today? If you're still here, it's very likely that you're here to serve people and create lasting change. So thank you, because hypnosis provides rapid and repeatable results. So if you like the idea of not just any hypnosis, but proven, repeatable, systematic approach that's criteria-based and heart-centered, you're in the right place, okay? You changed my life. This is on the Hypnosis Success Board. I lost almost all the weight I wanted, but my neuropathy is better. And that was unexpected. We always get extra results for our clients. This is from a teenager. I have lashes and brows again. So happy. So the next training is April 27th through May 3rd. We are open for applications today for this class. Sell passive income products. Now, the way you're going to do this is you're going to pay attention to what your client's needs are. And you're very likely going to create products that serve your current clientele. When you do that, then you're going to turn around and you're going to take those same products and same things and you're going to package them for external release. So you're either going to sell them externally or you're going to turn around and you're going to sell a commercial version of it, like a little bit of it, and you'll use it as a lead magnet to bring in new clients. Okay, so those are the three things that really work to bring you money as a professional hypnotist. Private clients and a back-end program. 50% of your clients will want to join that program, and it makes your program more profitable. Then you're going to teach classes, and then you're going to have passive income. All of these things work together, okay? The passive income products serve your clients, and they serve your marketing, and they serve your teaching classes, okay? And you get to feel really good when you're teaching classes, because what will happen is people that might not be able to afford your full payment or your full services will come, and other people from the community will come and get benefit and relief, and then you'll still get private clients. So we're going to charge a premium for private, and then that allows you to take that money and invest it into group programs so that you can serve your community. If this sounds good to you, please build a business that works for you, and we would love to help you with that. If you love your community and want to help people in your community, we'd love to help show you how to do that. We've helped a lot of people do the exact same thing. Our training program is comprehensive. So it's a 7-day training. We start on Sunday. We end on Saturday. It's live. You can come here in Bellingham or you can join remote via Zoom. We also have a 6-month implementation program. This is where we take grads who might not have any business experience or want specific hypnosis business experience and work with them for 6 months to grow their practice. And this is so fun, right? I get to see, like, we have one of our grads right now, she's teaching a special class on luck. And it's just awesome. She's done a great job. She's already got people signed up, and she'll probably get new clients from this class that she's teaching. It also includes the hypnosis training library. So we have a lot of advanced material that we've taught over the years that you will have access to. And of course, marketing and content templates. But the most important thing is for you to have success getting and working with your first clients so that there is a repeatable, systematic stream of people that are landing on your calendar 3 a week. Right? 3 people a week will give you that $10K a month. And that's just the beginning, of course, as you charge more. So you can schedule a call with Tim here. I want to thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I would love to see you in the hypnosis classroom. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's such an honor to help people become professional hypnotists and help others do hard things. So I hope to see you in the hypnosis classroom soon. Bye for now. Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.